Hey super awesome stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I would like to share this fancy folded card. Linda Bowen made a video on it. She's our latest $1 million seller. I actually saw the video before she made her $1 million mark. But thanks Linda for sharing this design, and I'd like to share it with you. So you can see that the patterns that I've used so far are not symmetrical. So it doesn't matter which way we're going to orientate our paper, and I'll share that reason why in a minute. So the card that we're going to create today is this one, using the Sale-a-bration Wildflower Fields cardstock or Designer Series paper. So let's get started. Now my measurements are going to be a little different than Linda's because we're going to do a full sheet at once. So I cut my 12 by 12 paper to 12 inches by 11 inches. And then I slipped it in my scoring tool. So you see the 11 down there with the 12 lined up at the top. And then I'm going to score it at 2, 4, 8, and 10. Now doing it this way allows me to have these score lines on the smaller triangular pieces that are in the front instead of having just a custom fold over. So now I'm going to turn it so that here are the score lines. They're perpendicular to my scoring or my cutting tool, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches. And this is how we're going to get two cards out of one piece of Designer Series paper. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this in here so that I remember what I'm going to say here. I am going to, this is what it's going to look like once we cut off those triangles. So I'm going to take it and mark it at the 1.5 inch here with a pencil. And then also at the top. That's out of frame, but trust me, it's there. The next thing that I'll do is line up my pencil mark with that score line that's right here. And hopefully I can do this on camera. So we're going to line it up, snip that off. Same thing on the other side. Oh, where is my pencil mark? I made it too light for me to see. Here's the 1.5, right there. So pencil mark is kind of blended in with the leaf. And line up the score mark right there on our cutting groove line and cut that off. So now we will get a piece. Oh shoot, what happened? Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to edit this, we're just going to do it again. I lined it up with the wrong score mark. I lined it up with the 2 instead of the 4, so there's the score mark that I need. There. Now that's going to mess me up a little bit in a minute, but I have extra pieces here. Okay. So let's set this aside, and now let's bring in our final card so you can see where we're going with it. The next thing that I have is a piece of Hello Honey cut at 3.75 by 4.75 inches. On top of that, I have a piece of Whisper White. In Whisper White, I just cut an 8.5 by 11 into 6 equal pieces, which is approximately 4.25 by about 3.6 inches. And I've stamped Thanks a Bunch in Calypso Coral, and that came from the Sprinkles of Life stamp set, the Ronald McDonald House stamp set. Thanks a Bunch. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay. Alright, now, since I accidentally cut to the wrong score line, I messed up my little triangle here that will go right here. But through the magic of television, I already have two that are scored or folded on the score line. So here's the one that we just cut, and here's that score line. And what I want to do is bend it over, and that one would fit right here. So I can see this tip is a little bit past this edge of the paper mark. So what I'm going to do is take the tip of that paper to the tip of the triangular side to the edge of the 90-degree angle, and there, now that should fit a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I do one of these. So fast fuse here, fast fuse along there. And then my trick is to kind of hold it along the score edge and line it up with my left index finger. I'm kind of holding it in place. And then I'm zhuzhing it, that triangle, so that I cover up all that green pattern there. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it over that bend and come around and press down. So there's that. So Magic of Television, here's this right here with this side already attached. And then how I embellish this would be a pansy punch. And we're going to Magic of Television, get this one back in the frame. Pansy punch and Calypso Coral cardstock. And then we're going to put that petal on there. And I already have a designer button from the Neutrals collection on a glue dot with an itty bitty accents punch. And then once I tear this there, that card will be ready to send as a thank you. So thanks again, Linda, for creating this card. I had fun creating them. And I hope my guests at the Weekend Getaway next weekend enjoys taking one with them. So thanks for watching. This is super awesome Stamper Shirley. Bye. So after you've cut your paper to the 12 inches by 5.5, make sure you flip your pattern up that you want to see. Because what I did here was I had this pattern facing up and cut off the triangle. And realized after I made the cut, I forgot to make sure my turtles were going to go the right way. So I could have upside down turtles. Send it to somebody who would appreciate that. See, this is what happens when you don't watch what you're doing with your patterns. So just wanted to make you aware of that fact. It's best to use patterns that really don't matter which way you go. Alright. Toodles!